Alright y'all, real quick, right before I start this video, I want to get a couple things out the way. One, I do not condone any hate to any individuals mentioned in this video. I'm sure everybody that I've mentioned is probably a chill guy overall. I just disagree with some of their business decisions and how they've run the brand or whatever. When I was editing this video, I realized I might have came across as like I'm really hating these guys. I don't hate these guys. I'm just a bit adamant about my opinion. Another thing, I started the process of editing this video around 2 or 3 weeks ago, and in that time a lot of stuff has happened. 3/4 of the way with the video, the big old announcement came up. So if y'all want to just see my reaction to that instead of all the other stuff, go ahead and skip to this timestamp. And yeah, that's it. On to the video.
This is UNSC Pelican Echo 216. Can you hear me? This is UNS.
When we saw this trailer, we were given hope, not just in Halo, but in Xbox as a whole. But now,
Please, don't die.
it's 2025.
There's something you need to see, Chief. We lost everything. There's nothing left for us here. I don't think we're here is.
What went so wrong? Alright y'all, what's up? It's your man's Cash here, and today we're going to talk about the pure pain of being an Xbox fan. As a professional Xbox fan for quite a while, I've been through the ups and I've been through the downs. But right now, it's looking like the ship is sinking and the captain is drunk at the bar. Take that as you will. So today, I want to talk about a few reasons as to why Xbox is falling down. From its exclusives to the way they manage things. So let's start with a horse that I've beat. I've beat this horse down multiple times, man. Let's start with Halo. Alright, now, I know what y'all are thinking, man. I've talked about Halo so many times already, but yeah. Halo for a very long time was important to Xbox's success. I mean, it was the first game that came out on the original Xbox. And I mean, that's what put Xbox on the market. And that's what put Xbox in the game. Now, I want to take you all to 2020. Halo Infinite, the hype's ramping up. The first trailer comes out. It's not particularly good. But, by 2021 it comes out, and it's okay because guess what? Halo has a major advantage on the scene, and that is that it's the first-person shooter that isn't trash, because every first-person shooter that came out at that time was trash. It was complete garbage, garbanzo. So Halo here has a major opportunity to put its foot in the gaming market and get a huge share of FPS fans. But here's what happened, guys. For a while it was okay, but then as time passes on, there's no updates, flaws start coming in with the UI, and a lot of other minor flaws, but if time goes on and you don't address those flaws, they start becoming bigger. And guess what, guys? Most of the people stop playing the game. I mean, Season 1 comes out, and I mean, it's fine. Season 2 comes out, it's still okay, but as time goes on, if you were a Halo Infinite fan, ask yourself, are you still playing the game right now? The answer is you're not playing the game, because it's boring. You don't want to play Halo Infinite no more. The game suffered from a multitude of problems, and I mean, as of now, they are fixed. If you play the game, I mean, it's fun, but it's not interesting, it's boring. There's better stuff out there. Why do I want to play Halo Infinite when there's better games out there now? Or at least more newer games. Halo Infinite is a prime case of too little, too late. It was really kind of a sign for Xbox and how things were really about to go. Alright y'all, editing Cash here. I almost forgot to mention Halo Studios, and so, at least in my opinion, in a general sense, I mean, it's a step in the right direction, gutting the original leadership of 343, doing a Halo CE remake. It can be a strategy to get Halo back in the sphere, but later in the video, I'm gonna bring up a point as to why we can't get too excited. So stay tuned for that. Now I want to talk about the first party exclusive problem. For a while Xbox was acquiring big studios. I mean, they got Bethesda, and then they got Activision Blizzard. There's some power purchases right here. I mean, what's the point of buying all these studios if you're not putting them to good use? If they make a monetary flop, then it's over. A lot of YouTubers have beat down the horse of Hi-Fi Rush, and I'm gonna just go through it briefly because I'm sure you've heard of it already. Hi-Fi Rush apparently didn't get the Gamepass subs that the Microsoft execs wanted it to get, and so it was shut down, sort of. However, the whole studio and the IP got bought out by another company, so Hi-Fi Rush is here to stay. Also not on Xbox. So that's just one of the problems. Another problem is a lot of the games that have been announced a while ago, such as Perfect Dark and others, have been stuck in kind of like a development hell, really. I mean, think about it. I want y'all to think about it. When was the last time there was a big first party exclusive on Xbox? Indiana Jones came out. And Indiana Jones, I have to give it to them. Indiana Jones is a very good game. I really love it. I finished the game and I loved every second of it. Is such a great game. Like, that's the kind of stuff we need to see from Xbox every year. But y'all, what came out? Like, what really came out in the past few years? So 2021, we had what? Halo Infinite and Forza Horizon 5. What did we get in 2022 and 23? Dang, I don't even know, man. Let me look this up. So guys, newsflash, I'm looking here on the Wikipedia page, and if we don't count Call of Duty, we have literally nothing for 23 and 22. We have literally nothing. No major blockbuster releases. Bruh. Editing cache here, I just remembered that Starfield came out in 2023, but yeah, I mean, it was a mid-game that people stopped talking about really quickly, so I liked Starfield, but it didn't really get people talking about Xbox as much as it should have. It's just evident long term it's another Microsoft failure. Now in 2024 we finally started pulling out the big guns. Well, not guns, more like singular gun. The big blockbuster release for 2024 was, of course, in my opinion at least, the Indiana Jones game, and I'll give it to them. It's a very solid game, so kudos to them. But 23 and 22, we have literally nothing. I mean, if you have all these studios, if we have 20 to 30 studios, why are we not getting yearly releases? We should be getting yearly a new AAA game. What's the point of getting all these studios and we're not getting yearly blockbuster AAA releases? Now, I know the main argument is it takes time, man. I've heard it takes time since 2018. How much dang time do y'all need to make like a game? How much do y'all need? Like, it takes 4 years maybe to make a decent AAA game. You know, assuming there's no delays or anything fucking terrible. It doesn't take this long, guys. It doesn't take this long. I've been hearing since 2020, man, you know, we're gonna get some great games in a couple years. We're about to get some great games. Yeah, we're at 2025. All we've been getting is indie games, which I'm not knocking them. They're good games, but we need AAA games, guys. We need AAA blockbuster games every year, at least one per year, and we're not getting that. And in fact, it's not even just an Xbox problem. PlayStation themselves have been suffering from a lack of games as well. Instead of focusing on good AAA games, at least Sony's focused on making some fucking doggy doo-doo trash butt cheek games and investing hundreds of millions of dollars into something that they barely even know how it's gonna come out. But yeah, we're talking about Xbox. And look, this brings me to my next point, which is management. So the way Xbox made Halo Infinite, at least, and I'm pretty sure they do this with a lot of other studios as well, is they bring in contractors for 2 years. Yeah, they have them do some stuff and then they kick them out.
Get out of my house!
Instead of getting proper employees, Xbox decided that instead, that's too hard. It's too hard to get employees things like, you know, benefits and healthcare and other lame shit. So instead, we're just gonna switch to Unreal Engine 5. We're gonna throw away our in-house engine, you know, that we spent hundreds of millions of dollars on, and instead, we're just gonna put Unreal Engine 5 so that we can easily get some contractors, get them in and out as quick as possible, and make sure that they can actually have an impact this time. So bravo Microsoft. Instead of innovation and instead of investing in your own people, instead we're going to switch to Unreal Engine 5 and we're just going to have people come in and out like Lily Phillips or something. When Halo Studios was announced, I've seen people praise them. It was like, oh, we're finally going to Unreal Engine 5. Guys, y'all are being bamboozled right now.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
When you don't have permanent employees, there is no soul that's going into the game. So sure, maybe the game might have less bugs, Maybe the development cycle might be less turbulent. But overall, look, in my opinion, having your own engine gives the game more soul, and it sets you apart from other games. Using Unreal Engine 5, it sends a statement that you're not a AAA game company no more. If you're a AAA company, why are you using Unreal Engine? So we're gonna get soulless games. Halo CE remake, I can almost bet money on it. It ain't gonna have the same soul as the other Halo games, because we're just gonna have these contractor employees go in and out, people who spent a little bit of time on some Unreal Engine projects. They're gonna get hired for a couple years. They're not gonna get no damn healthcare. They're gonna be in the ambulance. I'm like, Microsoft, please. And if Microsoft, like, can you come to work tomorrow? No. Well, contract terminated. Loser. Let's get the next worker up in. And I want to get into what's a more general gaming problem, is a lot of these executives don't seem to know what gamers really want, right? Back in the day, we used to have a small development team, a few hundred people that were able to make great games, and people enjoyed them. But now these executives, they look at gaming as a transaction. They look at it as, if I put $100 million into this game, it's gonna be great. It doesn't matter how we make it. It doesn't matter who makes it. It doesn't matter what makes it. Could be a dang AI making it, but guess what? It's gonna be great either way, right?
I wanna kill myself. I wanna kill myself. I wanna die. I wanna die. Bitch, I hate being alive.
That's not how games work, and these executives still have yet to realize it. But I hope that what Ubisoft is going through, because Ubisoft is a prime suspect of this kind of behavior, where we just pour hundreds of millions of dollars into trash and somehow it's going to be good because we put so much money into it. Same with Concord is another prime example of this. They put what, 300 million dollars into this game, and it was shut down in 2 weeks. 2 weeks it was shut down in. But I put hundreds of millions of dollars into this. Why is it trash? Like, they're not thinking. Now, for the third topic, I want to talk about Game Pass. Now, this is probably something that you could really debate me on. And what I'm saying, the problem is a lot of the stuff is secretive. So obviously I don't have access to Microsoft's like internal financial reports or anything. So I can't, what I'm saying is simply what I've noticed in my objective theories. So if anyone in the comments wants to argue with me about it, I mean, that's fine. You can bring up some points and I'll look at them, because I can be wrong. I can be very wrong in this topic. But look, here's my opinion as to Game Pass. I like Game Pass, okay? I mean, at its current price, I don't actually think it's worth it, but the beauty of Xbox is that they let you buy codes from other countries. Now, am I exploiting the economies of smaller countries? No, actually, I'm actually supporting them, because the money's going to their economy, not the US economy. Y'all gotta think smarter, man. Y'all gotta think smarter and bigger, bro. The games I buy in my Game Pass subscriptions, they go directly into helping the Turkish economy, guys. I appreciate you, Turkey. But anyways, as I said, at its current price, I don't think Game Pass is actually worth it. I mean, I don't know, at least for me, there's not that many like blockbuster games up on there. For $120, if only like 10% of the games are like AAA games, I don't know. For me, I just don't really see that much worth. But I don't know. That's subjective. That's just my opinion. I do enjoy the indie games as well. Like, I've played Kona Broom 2. I thought that was pretty good. But that's not really the point. My point is that I kind of thought about this in 2020, and I was like, I don't see how this is sustainable long term to have all these games for this price. And I think what Xbox was going for from like 2018 to like 2021 was they wanted Game Pass to drive up the hardware sales, and they wanted Game Pass to be a selling point for the Xbox. But I think now, once it's become apparent that these hardware sales really are not going up, I think Microsoft has forced Xbox into the direction of Sega, really, which is they want to put Game Pass everywhere and anywhere. And this is really apparent with the Game Awards trailer. If y'all seen that, the Game Awards Xbox ad, it's become really apparent that Xbox does not really care anymore. And if Sony allows it, they'll put Game Pass on PlayStation, and thus there's really no reason to own a physical Xbox. So I think that's what they're going for now.
Indiana Jones has an exclusivity window, to be fair. Can you solidify that Starfield staying put for the time being?
No, like I'm not. There's no specific game that I would. This kind of goes back to my red line answer. Like, there's no reason for me to put a ring fence around any game and say this game will not go to a place that it would find.
This is all, of course, just what I've noticed. I can't tell you anything for fact on this just because I don't really have access to Microsoft's financial reports. But, so there is the one public 2024 Microsoft financial report, and the most we can get from this is that they had $6 billion of revenue. Most of this is from Activision Blizzard, Call of Duty, and Diablo. Mostly the Call of Duty paste eaters that'll buy any anime skin that comes their way. And we can also see that the hardware revenue decreased 13%. So that's one of the main drivers of my theories that, well, they don't seem to be doing anything to promote hardware sales. They're not really doing anything for that. Like, just judging by this, what I'm looking at right here, I just think that long term, they're just gonna focus on being a service or being just a publisher, rather than doing hardware anymore. But that's just my opinion. I'm not sure. And speaking of hardware, let me tell y'all why they're not selling the hardware, man. Let's get into Xbox's international marketing and the complete failure that it is. The thing about Xbox is that Xbox is only popular in a few countries, mainly Mexico, the US, and maybe Britain. I'm not sure about Britain, but that's it. Now the rest of the world, they don't even know what an Xbox is, man. Like, I've heard some things from like Saudi Arabia that like they'll put Xboxes up and nobody will ever buy them. No one ever buys an Xbox over there. Do you know why? Because Xbox international marketing is such a complete failure. Matt Booty is the most useless dude out there, man. I'm sorry, bro, but you're not doing your job, man. You're not doing your job. Why on earth is Xbox trying to focus on Japan, where PlayStation and Nintendo have a monopoly there? They're already household names, and they're like, oh, if we make a small console, Japanese people like small things, maybe they'll put it in their house and they'll like it. Spoiler alert, guys, they barely ever got any market share. Who could have expected this? That's not the market y'all want to focus on. Focus on China. Focus on the Middle East. Focus on everywhere else, man. Because look, in every country that they're in, by the way, I know I'm kind of sidetracking, but every country that they're in, they're losing market share. So take that as you will. Now, I'm telling you this from a Middle Eastern perspective, okay? People in the Middle East like multiplayer games. They don't care about the story games, most of them, right? The average dude wants to play FIFA, Call of Duty, or like other first-person shooter games. You could have got them interested in Halo, but they're not doing their job. They're not doing their job. So a lot of people in the Middle East, if we're not talking about the Gulf countries, they're not poor, but their budget's kind of limited, and I wouldn't say that they're rich. And like, to get a game or to get a console, it takes a lot of time to save up for that, and their currency is not particularly valuable either. So Xbox, easily Series S, you could have marketed it as like, oh, this is a cheap way to get into the next generation, and then add Game Pass to it. Be like, hey, you don't have to buy every single game. Give us X amount of money and you'll get all these games. You'll get 500 games and EA Play. You can play all the previous FIFAs. But unfortunately, Matt Booty and the entire marketing team at Xbox are... Matt Booty should have been fired a long time ago. I'm not sure why he's still working at Xbox. He should have been gone, but he's still there, being stupid. Look, y'all, I'm not saying that I'm a marketing expert or anything, but I'm just pointing out very easy and obvious solutions to problems that Xbox has. But Xbox does literally nothing, and then they wonder why they're losing money, they're losing market share, and soon, I mean, Xbox hardware is not going to be a thing anymore. Alright, y'all, editing cash here, and so as you can see, I'm around 3/4 of the way done with the video. All this good editing slop right here. You know, it's 2 weeks of me editing, but stuff just keeps on happening. Like, I literally cannot keep up. So I'm gonna hit y'all with an emergency part 6, which is the death of Xbox exclusivity. Now, I've already shown y'all the Starfield one. In fact, let me pull up the little edit I made right here. And I feel so bad for this guy as Phil Spencer tells him no. All of his life and joy, as you can see, just evaporates from his body. So RIP to bro, man, but it does make for a funny edit. But anyways, aside from the Starfield thing that Phil did, another thing that happened was on January 30th, it was announced that Forza Horizon 5 will be coming to the PlayStation 5. So it's officially over, guys. And now I know one of y'all little Timmies is gonna be in the comments saying, well, you know, it's an old game. Well, today it's an old game. tomorrow it'll be a day one release. And this is the path they're going. And I've seen some cope on Twitter from some Xbox fans. I've seen some cope, which is something about PlayStation has no games. Forza Horizon 5 is the only game. Man, shut
your
up.
bitch ass up.
Shut up and take the L, man. And I'm saying this as an Xbox fan. Just take the L, bro. I'll already prepare y'all for the excuse that Phil Spencer is gonna make. He's gonna say, well, you know, gaming's for everybody. We want everybody to be able to play games. Well, Mr. Happy-Go-Do-Lucky, Mr. Lucky Charms over here, where are the PlayStation games on Xbox? Where is Death Stranding? Where is God of War? Where is Ghost of Tsushima? This is a pretty one-sided effort here, where Xbox is giving PlayStation everything that they want, and Xbox in return gets nothing, other than, I guess, sales. And also, there are very credible rumors going around that MCC will be on PlayStation pretty soon. So, it is with my displeasure to announce the death of Xbox hardware. My advice to anybody now is to just not buy an Xbox. Don't buy it because it's going to be pretty worthless very, very soon. So, just for this achievement, I want to give a special shout out to Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, and Satya Nadella for making this all possible. Thanks, guys. You three have successfully killed a brand. Hey, you know, let me rant a little bit, man. Cause look, I've been on Xbox so long, and nowadays it feels like there's no point in owning an Xbox. And so, okay, I could buy a PlayStation. What do I do with all the games I've bought on the Microsoft Store? What am I supposed to do with all my save files? What am I supposed to do with, like, everything, man? So my friends just gotta switch to PlayStation, man. Like, what's the point now? What's the point of owning an Xbox at this point? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, Phil Spencer, a lot of people put their hopes on him. Everyone was like, oh, he's bringing Xbox back from the grave. Y'all, he might be better than the last guy. I forgot his name. That fucking dumbass. He might be better than the last guy, but at the end of the day, he's beholden to Microsoft. So if Satya Nadella wants something, Phil is gonna have to do it. I don't know, man. That's just what I think. I just want to express the pain of being an Xbox fan, man. I mean, I gotta give PlayStation the props, even though they haven't been doing shit either. But imagine doing nothing and you still win, man. GG's, bro. I'm not trying to perpetuate console wars in the big 25, but I'm just saying what's evident, man. But alright, y'all, man. That's the end of the video. I know it's been a while. I've only posted 2 videos last year. College and work are my only answers, y'all. I never really planned this to really be a big thing. I just wanted this to be a hobby for me to edit videos, inform y'all, you know what I'm saying, let y'all learn something, make y'all laugh. I don't know. I'm gonna still make videos every now and then. I'm not gonna be very consistent with it, but I'll be making videos every now and then. And I always make sure to make my videos the best I can make them, you know? At least I try to. Alright, y'all, that's the end of the video. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Share the video with your friends. And you know what? I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace.
On this train ride, thinking and writing all at the same time. See this talent I have, it really ain't mine. It's a gift from the man above, so I don't do it for the fame. Yo, it's all love, hitting with that Kanye shrug. If they don't like it, see I can care less about your thoughts, I ain't psychic. Look, you don't know me, you looking from the outside in. You must be inside out, thinking you